Good Monday morning. One of the most powerful tools I've learned in my own journey is the power of reframing something. You know, the enemy is a master at getting us to see things through fear or doubt or anger or disappointment. But when we reframe something, what I've discovered is it allows us the ability to get Jesus's perspective in it, to see how he really sees a situation or a moment in time. If you and I were looking at this moment in time, it would really feel like evil is winning, because we see so many heartbreaking pictures of its advancement, or so it seems. When we realize that 125,000 babies are aborted every day, it feels like darkness is rising. When we realize that during this season of COVID, that children from 11 to 21, during just the months of March to July, during the lockdown, that the suicide rate increased 1.5 times from what it was the year before. Do you know that I read that in Japan, in the month of October, there were more suicides than all of the deaths combined from COVID till that point? Isn't that a sobering thought? Doesn't it make your heart feel like darkness is winning? And then murder in America over the last year, by September of 2020, had increased by 36.7% in America. It does seem like darkness seems to be rising. But do you know what? Darkness doesn't get the last word. The reason that we know is because John 1:5 says it this way: the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not suppressed it. That means it's incapable. You know, darkness never overtakes light. You light a candle, a little tiny candle, in the pitch black darkness, and that light will win every single time. Scottish Protestant theologian Thomas Torrance said this, and I want us to use this to reframe this moment that we're living in. He said, "It is because the kingdom of God has already invaded this world and is breaking up the kingdom thereof that evil is provoked to such bitterness and its final desperation." So I'm choosing to believe that it's because God's kingdom is just broken up into all of the schemes of the enemy, that darkness is just trying to give its last desperate act. Because we know this, God does win, because Jesus has already won. When Jesus went to the cross, it solidified the end of all things, and it gave darkness its death sentence. So don't be afraid if it looks like the dark is getting darker. Friends, I dare to believe that the kingdom of God is just breaking forth in a greater way. And that is really good news on this Monday morning. If your heart was encouraged today, please know that we have many other resources available for you. You can discover all of those at reclaiminghearts.org.